Assalamu alaikum dear students, I hope everybody is fine. I am Dr. Lewis and you are watching YouTube channel ALEVELCAMS. In this lecture we are given a cubic polynomial and in the form of P and Q, where alpha, beta and gamma are three roots by the fundamental theorem of algebra. It has exactly three roots such that these roots are constant, and we have to show this relation. Sum of square, sum of cube and sum of 5 is equal to this one. Let's say I will solve part 1. I will solve this question with the two methods. The first one is, let's say we can write square and we have if we rewrite this equation, so student, alpha, beta, gamma is 0, right side is 0. What is the product of two roots? This is minus p. So sum of alpha square is 2p. It is proof. What you will do for the power 3, for the power 4, for the power 5, for the power 6, it's become difficult to solve it. So that's why we have to adopt some another method that is useful and very short. Since we know here the Newton sum of roots of polynomial to a power. So here we take pk as the sum of alpha k, means alpha k, beta k, gamma k. Understand? And if we have more root, we can write it as. So where we can write sk as the product of k roots, means let's say I have alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 plus alpha r k. Let's say there are r roots and we are summing them or adding them raised to the power k. So sk stand for alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha k. Okay. So let's say if I write down p1, it means alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Let's say we have three roots. For our simplification, we write down. If I write down p2, alpha 1 square, 2 square, 3 square and so on. And similarly, we can write here S1 is the same, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. If I do S2 means product of two roots, sum of product of two roots. And similarly, if we write down 3 means product of all three roots. Understand? So student, this is the way that we will use to find sum of power cube, sum of power 5 and something like that. But the relation between the pk and sk is p1 is s1, p2 is s1, p1 to s2, p3 is s1, p2, s2, p1, 3, s3. Similarly, p4 and for p5 you can see that in the next p we use the previous p4, and similarly for the other. Understand? Since student, you can observe here the coefficients 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is actually the p0, means you are adding power 0. Let's say we have 5 means you are adding 5 roots, alpha 1 0, alpha 2 0, alpha 3 0, alpha 4 0 and alpha 5 0. And since the power 0 will be the 1 and the resultant you will get 5. So these are the coefficient 5, 4, 3 are basically the p0 for the corresponding. Understand? P1 is S1, which is the sum of the all the roots, means alpha plus beta plus gamma, and which is equal to 0 using this equation. Understand? P1 is 0. For P2, since S1 is 0, so this is 0 and we have minus 2 S2. What is S2? S2 is alpha, beta, alpha, gamma. So you can write from here S2 is minus 2 and S3 is Q. Understand? So you have minus 2p, plus 2p. Since S1 is 0, P1 is 0, we have 3S3. And S3 is Q, you have 3Q. First part and second part is done. What about the fourth? You have S1 is 0, P1 is 0. You can rewrite it. What is S2, P2? S2 is minus P and P2 is 2P. You can write this one minus P and 2P, which is 2P square. And for minus 4S4, since we have here 3 roots, the fourth root is 0, so it means S4 is defined as alpha, beta, gamma and delta product. Where delta is 0, so S4 is also 0, so you have only 2P square. Understand? Now we have P5, which is our required this. So student, for P5, S1 is 0, P1 is 0 and S5 is also 0 because we have 3 roots, then other 2 roots are 0. S5 product of all 5 roots, 1 is 0, so S5 is also 0. What we will have? We have minus S2P3, S3P2. So substitute value you will get minus, what is S2? What is P3? 3Q. What is S3? Q. What is P2? 2P. You have 3 and 2, 5PQ, which is P5. P5 is alpha 5, beta 5 and gamma 5, which is 5. What is P? P can be written as P2 by 2. Q can be written as P3 by 3. So you have 5 by 6, P2, P3, and this is, in short, if you will write. So student, rewrite this equation, you will get 6 times equal. What is P2? P2 can be written as, by definition, and P3 can be written as, this is the same statement that which is required to us. So this means it is proved and you have done. So student, if you have any problem in the understanding, you can contact on our WhatsApp number. See you again. Allah Hafiz.